Hi friends, this is Discover with Jane, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite topics, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my favorite social media, and this is my key platform I use for both blogging and for bringing clients to my agency. Recently, I've hit 2,000 followers. This is not a large number, but I'm also not a big influencer so far. So if you're looking for information how to start small but grow your audience steadily on LinkedIn, today I'm going to share with you my strategy for growing from 500 followers to 2,000, the hacks that I've used that impressed me, and also the hacks that didn't work and disappointed me. So a little bit on my LinkedIn story and LinkedIn strategy. In summer 2023, I've decided to launch my own agency and grow LinkedIn, mostly to find clients. I've been having my profile since 2013, so in 10 years, I've collected all kinds of contacts from people from oil and gas industry to auditors to a lot of finance people, so none of those people were relevant to my tech marketing career or product management, and not even all of those people were active on LinkedIn anymore. My way from 500 to 1,000 took me approximately 5 months, and the way from 1,000 to 2,000 took me also 5 months, and actually in the next 5 months I'm expecting to hit approximately 4,000 by the end of 2024, so let's see if I reach that. A note on my strategy, which is important: I'm only looking for quality connections and not looking for sheer large number of following, because I'm already noticing this. When you reach large quantities of people, you are starting to lose quality. So when I add a lot of people and do not contact with them, they lack personal connections, meaning people do not follow my content, they do not like it, the engagement drops, the views also drop. So my relationship, like post views, relative to my follower number has actually decreased. And this is this balance. So I want to grow, but I don't want to grow too fast where I have this big number on top of my profile, but nobody's really looking at my posts. That would be useless. Right now, my target audience is founders, CEOs, product managers, and other people from the tech industry. And as you can see, I'm achieving just that. Location-wise, I'm looking for more people from the United States. But for now, you see that I still have a bunch of people who are from Russian background. That's because I'm Russian. And also I have a bunch of people from Europe, because right now I'm based in Europe. So moving to the United States is still a part of my future plan. Hopefully I do that in the next year. So, which tactics have helped me gain followers and post views? Right now, I'm specifically talking about expanding the LinkedIn audience. I should probably make another post on specifically looking for clients and looking for jobs on LinkedIn, because that's another topic. So, what helped me expand the number of followers and the number of people who view my posts? And the first one is actually posting. I've started doing that approximately a year ago. The types of stories that have been catching my subscribers' attention are: number one, personal stories. For example, when I ran a marathon, I shared that on LinkedIn, and this post is still top 3 of my all posts. Number 2 is achievements. So it is a little bit of boasting that nobody likes on LinkedIn, but if you are combining your boasting, your proud achievement, with some insight on how to achieve the same thing, and also some personal take, like what you felt, circumstances there were, what obstacles you overcame. This makes the story more compelling. So don't be afraid to boast. Just share some interesting, juicy details that people are interested in. And number 3, which I like, and I bet you do too, is the useful post. Think of a post that you have recently saved or reposted. I'm almost sure you have done so with posts that bring insight, that bring value, and which are most likely some kind of tips or a bucket list. People love bucket lists, like top 10 ways to grow your LinkedIn, top 5 ways to boost your profile, top 5 SEO tips, top 10 accelerators to apply to if you are a startup. For example, I have a great post with great statistics on improving the LinkedIn profile in 5 minutes. That's the kind of tip people like as well. So I would say that people like this combo of advice and personal story. So even when you are making a useful post, it's nice to have a personal touch. For example, right now I'm saying not only here are the best LinkedIn tactics, but also here is what I've been using and what results I've been getting. And also about the posts, I've been discussing this with my LinkedIn colleagues when I've made viral post story. Long story short, I've decided to get my post viral with several tactics I'm going to share in just a moment. And I've asked people in the comments to share what posts they've got viral. And top tips from other people would be controversial topic, showing numbers, especially large sums of money, which are either large overall, like $1 million, or just are insane related to the context, like a croissant for $1,000. Also, as mentioned before, people like storytelling, like personal details, and adding a picture or a GIF would be a nice advice. And also, people who are starting sharing short videos on LinkedIn say that it's also a great technique, but I've personally not started to do so. I'm gonna try that later on and tell you if it works. So the next tactic that worked for me is commenting. I've noticed an interesting mechanic how to raise the views on your posts. The thing is, LinkedIn algorithm works the way that if I engage with your post, if I write you a comment, this post is gonna be shown in my user's feed. So it would be mentioned as Jane commented this and shown to my followers. If a larger profile engages with your content, for example, if I have 2,000 followers and you only have 500, it's gonna give you an instant boost. I've noticed this first on one marketer with whom I've built a connection, and she started supporting me with her friendly comments. Thank you, Natalia. And when I was doing my experiment, I've built exactly on this mechanic. So this is the post that I've boosted to virality, and this is the largest viewed post on my account. It reached more than 2,000 views, and the mechanic I've used was asking several people with a large following to comment and repost this post. And I also asked them to do so in the first hours of existence of this post. This is very important because the algorithm shows it to only so many people initially and analyzes how it does. And if it does well, and it did well because I asked people to comment on it, the algorithm understood that it needs to boost it to more people, and this is how we get to virality. Long story short, it didn't boost me to huge thousands of views, not like 100,000, which I secretly would be happy about, but it still gained more views than I have followers, so technically it was viral. So the commenting mechanic works. So, meaning, if you want to boost a post to get as many views as you possibly can, for example, if it's an important topic for you, an important announcement, please ask people with large following to comment on your post in the first hours. If you need something like that, I can help you with that. Just DM me on LinkedIn. If my account is larger than yours or approximately the same number of followers as yours, I would be happy to help. The next tactic to boost views from audience that doesn't know anything about you and not related to you is groups. When I post, I get so many post views in my own account, plus I get extra, I don't know, maybe 30%, maybe 50%, sometimes even as many views as sometimes even 100% in groups. When I make a post, LinkedIn asks me if I want to repost it and suggests a relevant group to the topic. So make sure that you are subscribed to groups relevant to your topic beforehand. This way you can use LinkedIn suggestions, or you can manually choose to repost your post to groups. And now to the number one hack that helped me grow the followers. This is not a big secret, but not all people realize this. To grow on LinkedIn, you can manually add people to your contacts. So you ask them to establish a connection, and most people accept. Well, it really depends on your profile, on how credible you look. Plus, it depends on how active the person is, so they can not accept you simply because they do not visit their LinkedIn profile. Two nice ways to do that is to look by company and to look by similar people. This one mechanic is actually great. People similar to this profile, and you go to others and the algorithm shows you similar profiles. And the good thing that this way you can kind of mass connect, because you can hit connect to different profiles, and that's it. But since you can only personalize 5 messages per month, and I sometimes send a couple hundred connect requests per week, and even the paid version doesn't solve the problem, this is what I do. I do not personalize the request, except for some super rare connections that I cherish in this 5 connects per month limit. Instead, I just hit connect, and then I go to the person's profile and read their posts. And if they have interesting posts, I'm happy to engage with them, to write them comments. And this is how I start the conversation with the person, and there is no limit on comments. So if you are growing on LinkedIn, if this is your goal, make sure you add a reasonable amount of people on LinkedIn weekly. I think the limit is close to 150 people per week. Maybe it's 200. And the good news that you can do this up to 30,000 connections. This is the maximum amount of connections you can have on LinkedIn. But when we get to 30,000, I'll tell you we can find other ways, hopefully. And now to the hacks that disappointed me. Starting with the most disappointing ones, and then to the ones that were 50-50. The most disappointing one that I expected to be a failure is the time of posting. I would tell you it's really useless once you are within the weekdays. I've made an experiment on this one. I've posted one post at 9 a.m. and later on removed it and posted it again in the evening, and it got strictly the same amount of views in the first 20 hours or something. I've noticed that the situation could be different on Saturday and Sunday. So if you don't want low engagements, just please do not post on Saturday and Sunday, or better say, do not post your important posts on those days, because there are much less people on the platform during weekends, but those who are also get less content and they have a higher chance to see your post. So sometimes it can work the other way around on Sundays, but this is just an area more unpredictable than the weekdays. The second thing that disappointed me and people around LinkedIn is the paid status. I'm sure it brings interesting opportunities regarding the HR, regarding the hiring. By the way, tell me in comments if you have ever hired people on LinkedIn. I've only used this platform for job search as a candidate. I'm really interested in hiring manager experience. But regarding the engagement and following, it does not make any difference if you have a paid account or not. Now to the tactics that are so-so. And the first one is hashtags. Sometimes they bring new people. For example, when I posted the news on my first YouTube video, I mentioned the hashtag YouTube, and I saw that people subscribed to me. Unfortunately, those were the YouTube marketers that wanted me to buy their promotion packages, but still those were people related to the YouTube topic. But sometimes I post the hashtags and I don't see any difference or any new people coming from those hashtags. Also, by the way, if you choose to use hashtags to experiment with them, pay attention to how many followers a hashtag has. This is the way to do this. And the number of followers of this hashtag will give you an idea which hashtag is better versus the other one. And the final thing that's controversial is the badge. Yes, I've got my Top Boys badge this February. If you are interested how I've got it, I made a post on it on LinkedIn, and I might make a separate video on this. Just let me know that you want this advice if you need it. But I'll tell you this, a badge is more like a vanity thing. When a new person sees your profile, they look at the badge, they look at the bio, and they look at the number of followers that you have. And I do that myself, honestly, and it's a completely different story if a person has 200 people versus a person who has 20,000 people on their following. So with the second one, I understand that they've been active on LinkedIn and they are a well-connected expert. But it does not really increase you any views or any followers if you have a badge. So if you have a badge, LinkedIn would not recommend you to people, promote you in any way. No, it doesn't happen. Badge was a really good one-off event for me. When I posted the news that I've got the badge, this post was one of the biggest hits on my blog, so got me great views as this posting news, so I'm pretty happy that I've received those badges anyway. These were my LinkedIn hacks. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know any more hacks that you are using. Let's stay connected, and I will post a link to my profile as usual in the description section. If you want to connect on LinkedIn, please do. If you need a shout out, a promotion on LinkedIn, if you are developing your account, let me know. I will be happy to engage with your posts. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being on this channel. Please subscribe to Discover with Jane if you are not, and see you next week.